Hi, my name's Lily and I'm a mechanical engineering student at Arizona State University. I'm a TA for one of our coding classes, and I'm here to show you the basics of coding and introduce you to one of my projects that I developed this past semester. So the first thing to know about coding is that most coding concepts transfer over directly from one language to another. The only thing that really changes is syntax. I'm going to include some links into the description to help you out with that. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be using MATLAB. So the fundamental concepts of coding are logic statements, if statements, for loops, and functions. Logic statements check if a given mathematical equality is true. These are also known as Booleans, or binary variables. So these can check if something is exactly equal to, not equal to, or any combination of inequalities. We can use these directly in our code, like so, or in an if statement. An if statement expands off of this Boolean logic and runs a certain portion of code if a condition is true, and another portion if it's false. We can use these to just check one condition, two conditions, or as many conditions as you'd like. But what if we need to run the same chunk of code over and over again, or we want to check the identical condition for multiple variables? Here we can use a for loop. For loops do just that. They run a certain chunk of code as many times as you specified. Functions are combinations of the previously stated concepts coded by someone else and provided for your convenience in coding. That way you don't have to recode how the computer needs to do each task in your program. And that's it. With just these four basic concepts, you can code any number of complex and simple programs. So here's a little challenge to get you started. What if we wanted to encode a secret message in a sound file? Well, first, we should make a game plan. Programming is not automatic. We're going to need to find a message to encode, translate that message into Morse code, translate our Morse code into numerical values, and then use that to somehow make a vector of Morse code noise. But how do we connect our Morse code dots and dashes to if statements, for loops, and logic commands? Well, we've got one more pseudo-fundamental up our sleeve, and that's a command and control vector. That's that vector that contains your Morse code message represented in numerical values. We then use a for loop to read over that entire vector, and then utilize if statements within that for loop to check which numerical value is in your vector, and then create that new vector of noise according to what type of noise you want that numerical value to represent, be it a dot, a dash, or nothing at all. Sure, it might not seem too practical, but engineering is about so much more than practicality. It's about having fun and getting creative. And this is just a little glimpse of what you can accomplish in the wide world of code. So when you're ready to get started, check out the links below and smash that like button if you want to see more of me.